As the city council heads into budget season, department heads are facing tough questions about their spending. The police department has been asked to come up with $92 million in cuts, something the superintendent says would have an impact. Police Superintendent Larry Snelling taking his turn in the budget hot seat today, telling city council members that the department is well aware of the current budget crisis and he realizes CPD will have to do its part, but he has concerns.
I want to be very careful and cautious about where we cut and what we do so that it doesn't affect the progress that we're making right now and the safety of the city.
Before the hearing, advocates gathered outside demanding that money allocated for unfilled police positions be reallocated for public health and community care.
So we have a system that is broken and we need to fix it. And the only place where we can find the money to fix it right now is in the police department.
So, do you see how stupid it is over in Chicago right now? They are down police officers. They are fudging the numbers and reallocating how it is that they classify crime. They filtering the money through, and they're basically giving it to criminals. And we learned firsthand exactly what that looked like with the smash and grab at the Louis Vuitton store, while at the same time the governor was taking a picture with the guy the day before they did it, and then they arrested him after he killed somebody. We see the mayor crashing out. They got a $1.15 billion budget deficit. The schools are $734 million in the hole. We just learned just the other day that the CTA, the Chicago Transit Authority, is short hundreds of millions of dollars, and trains is going to be shut down and people are going to get laid off and they're not even going to run past 9 o'clock, which is essential for you to continue to keep up the idea that people can get to and from work that don't necessarily have a car and all of this stuff. Public transportation is very important for any city. And you see them now saying that they want the police department, who is already understaffed thousands of positions, to cut their budget by roughly $100 million, which means that less police is supposed to be on the street. And then you got people like this still on the defund the police campaign that's trying to take another $300 million away from the police and give it to the community. Mental health crisis. Honestly, I thought it was Los Angeles at one point. Chicago is the poster child for failed leadership, failed politicians. Illinois in the United States of America, without even questioning, without a doubt. They are the poster child for what is wrong with leadership inside of the United States of America. Without even questioning, they take it 100%. It used to be like, oh, you know what? No, it's not that bad or whatever. It's that bad. It's very, very, very. This is a dire situation. And I'm only saying this, how bad it is, because if you are there, you have no idea how bad it's going to get. And when I say bad, let me qualify my statement before we get back to this video. Kids are going to be uneducated. Crime is going to be out of control. You're going to have criminals. They watch the news too, and they are aware of how they can take advantage of what is happening right now. They are paying attention to it. Public transportation collapsing. Don't know how to manage a city budget. Leadership is 100% out of control. This is so bad, bro. Y'all don't even have a clue of what y'all getting yourself in. And then you got community advocates that's outside saying defund the police.
There were concerns about police overtime as well.
I think when you got a $1.5 billion deficit, you've got to look at every department. And so what I've called for isn't necessarily cutting, but auditing at the very least, right? Are we spending the money as effectively as possible?
The police department has already racked up $28 million more than the $100 million it's budgeted for overtime due to a multitude of major events. The superintendent saying organizers like NASCAR, which had its own inside security, helped defray police overtime, suggesting other event hosts might need to do the same. Snelling said he is concerned that meeting the suggested $92 million in cuts could hurt public safety, with the department already short nearly 1,000 officers.
We still have a lot of work to do. We're going in the right direction. It's going to take some time.
And we just have to make sure that our department is properly staffed to get that done.
And while Snelling
One of the reasons why they have so much overtime is not just because of events. It's because they're understaffed. And so when you have a shortage of 1,000 officers because of budgeting concerns, then you're going to suffer by having to force other people to make overtime in order to do it. And at the same time, morale is going to be down. So you're basically killing yourself while at the same time understaffing and running the people out. Because I ain't even talked about all of the other financial issues that's wrong with Chicago, like retailers and people that are rich are leaving the city because they know that they're going to raise taxes and property taxes on y'all.
usually tries to dodge anything political, he did weigh in on the possible deployment of the National Guard to Chicago.
If the National Guard were to come here, if they were to come here, I'd find a way to work with them, because what I would want is for all of the residents in the city of Chicago to have peace of mind that the streets are not being overrun or occupied or, with an occupying force.
They turning on Mayor Brandon Johnson. This shows you that he's being a good little soldier up to this point. But the reality is that they don't believe in the leadership. The people that work with and for Brandon Johnson do not believe in leadership in that city.
Snelling also dismissed comments President Trump made yesterday when he called Chicago a death trap, saying he doesn't pay attention to stuff like that. He also noted that the mayor's new executive order on protecting civil rights of protesters is something that the police department is already doing. But obviously, we're setting up for a budget season.
Meanwhile, the mayor allegedly has hundreds of police officers that is protecting him all day, every day.
Video just released today showing a shooting that left an off-duty Chicago police officer hurt. This shooting happening back on August 3rd in the 4800 block of South Bishop Street. The Civilian Office of Police Accountability, COPA, says the officer was pulling into a garage when three men get out of a separate car. They then open fire as that garage door closes. Investigators say the officer fired back. He wasn't hit by gunfire, did suffer a minor injury. No one's in custody.
This is crazy, bro. This is straight up crazy, and it doesn't make any sense. Nobody should have to live under these circumstances. Nobody should have to suffer through this as an American citizen. Y'all pay y'all taxes, y'all go to work every single day, and y'all are paying for the incompetence of so many. They, in broad daylight, rolling up on police officers, off-duty police officers, and shooting into their garage. Everybody should be afraid. Everybody should be afraid. You shouldn't, listen, bro, listen. You should be scared to step on somebody's shoe the wrong way. You should be scared to breathe the wrong way. You should absolutely be fearful of what is coming next, because nobody cares. Everybody is for themselves. And self-preservation is now paramount. You gotta save yourself. You gotta 100% save yourself. Ain't nobody coming to save you at this point. The only thing that y'all have at this point is to reach out to the federal government to help y'all fix everything that's wrong with what's going on in y'all city. You got a geography teacher that's running the mayor's office. You have an incompetent leader at governor at the top of the state. And you got good little soldiers that's now starting to fray because they don't believe in none of the leadership that's happening. And they welcoming the National Guard in there, and it's just collapsing. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teej Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love y'all. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.